Good enough. Oh, I hit it inadvertently. Okay, good. Good stay, Mecca. Good Mecca. Okay, good Mecca. Hi. Good. Green one. Good Mecca. Hi. 1, 2, 3 here. Hi. 1 here, 2 is 5. And then 3 in the pack is 8, and 2 maybe back there. These are those. 3 breaths, Mecca. Good Mecca. 1 breath. Jesus was a carpenter, and the cross is made from the oldest house of God. It's like the womb of the Virgin Mary. Only God is permitted to live or go inside the oldest house of God. Hey, Mecca. Hi. 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 You want to check this out again over here, Mecca? Save the Bay, Annapolis. Cross-reference West Point. Here, let's look at this thing again. I want to get the name of this thing. What's an inverter? It's a SEMA 225 watt power inverter. Hi. Oh. And it's a little 12-volt battery or something, huh? 12 amp hours, NP12, 12T, 112 volt. Tell you what it is here. I can't see without my glasses. Hi. Nice. I'm admiring this amplifier here. Do you play?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's jam together sometime if you like.
Definitely.
Do you mind if I get all this information? Thanks. NP12, 12T, 12V. Hey, Mecca. Mecca, hold on. NP12 12T 12T 12V for volts. Hey, Mecca, hold on. Genesis. All right. And what's the regular old amplifier here? Trademark 30 Tech NYC, huh? Tech 21. Okay. Have you heard of Mecca? Come here, Mecca. Good, Mecca. You leaped and you caught yourself. Yeah, that's my biggest problem, is splitting my attention with you. Wow. And there goes a motorcycle on that note. Have you heard Eric Clapton's latest release?
No, I haven't, but I'm definitely interested.
All right. Yeah, something about after midnight or some one of those drug songs about the best time to take your heroin. That's the only one I've heard, but I guess there are other ones on it, and I want to give him a fair listen to all of his stuff, because you know, he had that song, "There's a thorn tree in the garden," if you know just what I mean, and that's him talking about his heroin habit. So if anybody could help lead us out of the mess that we're in with the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, it would be him and Jerry Garcia and the Rolling Stones, and we ought to enlist them and make a movie about Neil Young and those guys getting a pilot project, and they prove their audience has less crime than the general population, despite the fact that... And then we make an album out of it like Sgt. Pepper or Global Public's Marching Hearts Club Band.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and get your little thing in it, marching around with the people down the street.
Exactly. You would actually appreciate, if you should go on, I don't know if you have a Netflix account, but you should definitely watch a documentary called Searching for Sugar Man.
Okay.
It's about a great guitarist who sounds just like Eric Clapton.
Wow.
And it's an unbelievable story, got all types of awards.
All right.
You would definitely be interested in that. It's a great documentary.
Searching for Sugar Man.
Yeah. Great story. Unbelievable.
Good. Okay.
Definitely enjoy that.
Good. What's today? Monday. You doing anything Saturday or Sunday? You want to try to... I have a guitar or two. I got to find it. That's somewhere in a locker. Acoustic I got. That's a couple acoustics.
Okay.
I got an Ovation I'd like to sell. I paid like $900 for it in New York City. I should have gotten a Gibson instead of the Ovation, but I ended up getting that.
Yeah. I mean, Ovations are okay, but definitely Gibson's the way to go.
Yeah, the round back on the Ovation's too slippery for me. It's more maybe like a lady's guitar for the pretty voice to go with the melodious strings, whereas the Gibson is a heavier male.
Yeah, this is right next to the Ovation back, so I always just play an Ovation. I never really liked it.
Wow.
I switched to a Fender.
A Fender, all
I
right.
also have an acoustic too, so.
All right. Well, I'm so bad at keeping schedules, I'm really reticent to give a particular time or anything, but
No, I'd be willing to. That's great.
okay.
You play the guitar?
Yeah, I used to play in a band, but I only know a couple of songs.
I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. There we go.
Mecca, good Mecca.
Pardon my walking. I'm Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey, I'm Bill or Mohammed.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise, Jeffrey, and this is Mecca.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
Afghan Hound.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I don't know if Mecca's ever. Yeah, Mecca heard the first thing was George Harrison's song, something, I think. Mecca really liked it.
Yeah.
But hasn't heard that much. So, what should we do? Should we try to, like, say this time on Saturday, or is earlier in the day, or?
Oh, I'm definitely down to jam. That's great.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing the guitar for a while, so I mean, it's good. I also play the drums.
Wow.
I'm also a drummer. I also play a little bit of piano, but not as good.
Oh, wow,
But
great.
I'm a very musical person, so
All right, Jeremy.
yeah. So that's a great dog. Mind if I pet it?
No, please.
I've never seen a dog like this. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely interested. Nice to meet you, though.
Yeah,
That's
likewise. I could give you my phone number or something.
Sure.
If you want to let me know when it's a good time for you. We can try to coordinate.
Great. Absolutely. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Your name is again? Sorry.
Bill or Mohammed.
Okay.
I have a keyboard in storage too, I think. I got to sell a lot of stuff that's in storage, or dispose of it, or do something with it. Man, I got too much stuff in storage.
Yeah.
But it's there if you want to. I could try to bring it back and you could play it.
Absolutely.
My phone number is 202
Okay.
465 0067.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it was great to meet you. And
Yeah,
and your dog,
likewise,
too. This
likewise.
Is a really beautiful dog.
I look
Wow.
forward to hearing you play. I can play chords or like the two strings, you know, E, B, E, C sharp, E, D, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nice to meet you. Have a nice walk.
Likewise, too.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Hope your foot gets better.
Thank you.
Watch out for the bike, Mecca. Good. Good. Hi. Oh, yeah. Good to see you again. How have you been?
That's good.
Mecca's happy to see you.
You look like you're doing good.
Oh, dear, your knee is in a sling or a brace.
I overextended it
Oh, dear.
twice.
Wow. How so? Well, hopefully it won't happen again.
Just stepping the wrong way. I can
Uh-huh.
I can be at the house without it.
Uh-huh.
It's just when I'm at work and when I'm walking around, you kind of walk with intent, as opposed to when you're at home, you're kind of,
Oh.
I'm gonna go get a glass of water. I'm gonna go get a cup of tea. You know, you don't rush to the kitchen
Uh-huh.
to get a cup of tea.
Or in my case, you step over trash bags and dislocate everything trying to get in there.
But I stepped the wrong way and it
I'm
kinda
sure,
went this
yeah,
way.
I can relate to that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope it gets better. Have you seen a doctor about it?
Yeah, I've seen a doctor, but then I screwed up my ankle, so I'm seeing a doctor for that on Thursday. It's like one big
You might want to ask the doctor once it gets to some particular point of mending, does the bicycle help with that gentle repetitive?
I've been working out, and my doctor said basically I can work out as long as it's I can work out without the brace as long as it's controlled movement.
Oh, all right.
So elliptical and bicycle.
Good.
No running. And you know what? I got on the treadmill to even walk, to cool down.
Yeah.
And it was almost like 2 seconds, and I was like, no, this isn't gonna work. You can just feel it immediately. Your body tells you. So.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
You're looking pretty today.
Yeah, I might have to find people who want to give Mecca a walk during the day every now and then or something. One guy said he liked to jog. He wanted to jog with Mecca, but I haven't seen him yet.
I feel like this would be a great jogging dog.
Yeah, really. It loves to run.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
I've been riding the bicycle and the dog runs along, but we have to go out first and let the dog sniff and get all the instinctual hunting stuff done.
Do you have one of those mounts for your bike, or do you have a...
I use this long leash, but they do make something where you can tie the dog to the bike. I've seen,
Yeah, I've seen, and I tried one of them.
Yep.
And from what I've seen, the one I have is not the one you should use.
Okay.
It's the one that almost has the built-in. It has a tiny spring on the inside.
Yeah.
But my dog's, maybe this one's a little bit more gentle.
Yeah, no.
But my dogs are,
Yeah.
So there's an actual one that has like a metal spring in it and comes further away from the bike, which is nicer.
Yeah. Hi, Weimar runner. Good, Mecca. Can perfect control your exuberance, Mecca. Can perfect control your rational exuberance, Mecca.
So, and I've also heard, I basically only used it once, and I was like, I wasn't going to use it again. I mean, I've used it a couple times, but it's always been like just short. But they also make stuff you can put on the dog's paws for when they're running on the street.
No, I didn't know that.
It protects their padding, because one of my dogs came back injured.
Oh dear.
And I saw his padding, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do to you?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, I give the dog Voodoo. I wash the paws almost daily, and I haven't noticed that yet, but that's good to know.
We had went, I think, for about a mile.
Oh.
So I don't know how long you're taking her.
Well, we've been to the Potomac River and back, but that's not such. That's more like on the Smithsonian.
But isn't there also hair between those pads? Yeah, there's a little bit of hair, so it protects a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, though, the one that had the injury, is that you?
Yeah, I think so.
The one that had the injury runs sideways like this a little bit. He's off form. I'll let you go, though.
All right. Well, nice to see you again, and
good to see you.
perfect. Be friendly, Mecca. Good job.
You guys have a good day.
As unto you. Stop. Wait. Stay. Hi. Where are we at here? Hold on, Mecca. 18 minutes into this. So 40 minutes is what we want to do on that. Hi. California. It's a revolutionary movement. Cops in the streets, not on the sidewalk. Hi. 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 You're torn between the... There you go. Hi. Hi. Good. Okay, now we're synced. Hi.
How you doing?
Okay. Oh yeah, I think we've met before.
Yep, good deal.
Yeah, and I was supposed to come back the next day, I think, or something, and I didn't, huh?
Don't feel bad. I wasn't able to make it either. So.
All right. Well, I got to do better. I do that too often lately. Yeah, like Snoopy in the hunting in the comic strip.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you sneak up on this dog, Mecca. It's like an art form here.
The only time I see Remy do that is she's around certain plants or bushes.
Ah,
She'll stick her head in there, but as she approaches, she goes really slow, like slower than this.
wow.
And I have no idea why she does it. Who's that?
That's a perfect example of statesmanship, having all your dominoes lined up and Baskervilles. Hi, Remy. Good, Mecca.
He comes up and taps.
Yeah.
Come on. And then retreat.
Way to go, Mecca.
All right. No trouble, Remy. We got to untap.
Good, Mecca.
Remy, sit.
Good, Remy. I ordered another long leash so that it'd be fair to the other dog.
Is this the new one?
Not yet. It's in the mail, I guess. Whoa.
How long
Wow.
have you guys been out walking?
Today, not long. How about you guys?
I left around 6 o'clock, and I did my run or the walk down there, and then
Wow.
on the return. Hold on, Remy. Oh.
Yeah, well, don't let us hold you up if you got to get back. I can relate to that. We were out 4 hours yesterday trying to catch up on some remedial walks.
Yeah, I didn't do an afternoon one, so I'm giving her extra time.
Good. Whoops.
She spent about 20 minutes yelling at a sprinkler over on the side, so she exhausted herself a little bit. Like probably the loudest and longest baying I've heard she's ever done was at the sprinkler. She kept digging at it, and when I put her foot over it, she did that, but extended it for about 5 more seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're going to get tangled, Mecca.
Hold on.
Good.
I imagine you heard what happened at the Boston Marathon today.
Yeah.
Like the last place or last event that you'd think it would happen.
Yeah, good, Remy. Maybe, I don't know. I saw the video of the explosion.
Right.
But, I don't know, do not mix cats and dogs, they say. I'm a moving van, don't mix cats and dogs. So I got all the cat information to deal with, and then I see my buddies, the dogs, here, and my heart goes out to them. I want to try to let them know everything, but I don't know.
Yeah. Is that all you guys got?
Basically, I guess bigger than cats or dogs is, it starts with the oath of office of the President of the United States. I rewrote it for the inauguration so it could be the regular words, plus he gets to throw in at the end with hope for affordable, nonviolent agreements between all people.
Right.
And that role models peace instead of these drone killings that you want to be tough, you go out and make, kill people. That's not right. We should have and they should say not so proud. We killed bin Laden, and they say it like to be humble. We killed bin Laden, but we don't want to talk about it. But they're supposed to say, we're sorry we had to kill bin Laden. We apologize for not taking him alive.
Well, right. I mean, in those kind of moments in position of power, you cannot show weakness. Otherwise, and that's a slight...
Is it a weakness to say that you're sorry you couldn't take him alive? Or is that a show of a higher power? You want to be so powerful you can take anyone alive,
Right, well, day-to-day relationships you can, admit when you're wrong or admit some sort of...
Drop the leash if you have to when it gets really tangled, but
yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Is it's got this yeah.
But in
this is throughout history when it's wartime, when it's related to one group against another, they never show any sign of apology, weakness, empathy, whatever. It's just stand your ground and that's it.
Right.
I mean,
Stonewall is the phrase that came up, and we're old enough and mature enough and enough people read now, so I think that's kind of getting obsolete. Stonewall.
Well, as the saying goes, do as I say, not as I do, and that's how everybody tends to operate. It's, everybody knows right and wrong, but then you get in those moments and everybody acts the exact opposite. I mean, it's just doesn't make any sense.
I agree with that. They're how they think about it. But if you really market it correctly, you out there say, we are really sorry we're not strong enough to have brought bin Laden back alive. Or whoever it is. I had to say, they were talking about kill. And then I said, that's a sign of weakness. You're supposed to say capture. Or what was the... And then they finally started grudgingly saying kill or capture. They wouldn't put capture first and kill second. They say kill or capture.
Well, and obviously neither you or I were there. I mean,
the Navy SEALs came, not the SEAls, the Navy girls came, the girl from the Navy who did the DNA test came by. Yeah. They gave them swabs. She never saw a body. The two of them never saw a body. Some guy walked in and said, test this DNA.
Well, what I'm saying is for them to go in there and actually get him.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea what kind of security or fight that they put up. Maybe it wasn't as much as an option as we think.
Well, they sure had an option to not throw the body into the Persian Gulf to tattoo everybody that we got your guy and put him in your water. I mean, what a phony story to observe his religious preferences. We had to cremate the evidence. Right. They did the same thing with Saddam Hussein in New York. 2 weeks to go. They said, we're going to give Saddam back to Iraqi custody. So because they knew I wanted to test his DNA. Yeah. I went to New York. I went to the federal district court in Albany. I paid money and filed a case. Stop them from giving Hussein back to Iraq so we could test his DNA. They didn't hear the case. I don't know. Maybe I didn't follow up on the case like I usually didn't back then, but I met them. Uh-oh. Hey, Mecca, stop! Stop! Good.
All right.
Remy,
hold on.
Stop. Good.
He's got a tough
Oh, good dogs. Perfect respond to orders, dogs. Good dogs. But if I'm so right and I know so much, how come I'm here talking to you instead of getting myself elected, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, uh-oh.
He's like, freedom!
Yeah. Mecca!
Everybody's getting in on the call.
Yeah, Remy. Good job. But they know and like me and respect me for what I try to do, because, I ran in my platform for 2008.
Wait, you say they, who are you referring to?
They who we do know, like the U.S. Congress. I ran as the Cincinnatus candidate in 2008. Cincinnatus, the gentleman farmer in Rome.
Okay.
And the people came by and they said, save our Roman Empire, be our dictator, save us, you know. And so he went and was dictator for like 4 or 8 years and saved Rome, and then he went back to his farm. And so that was I made a web page. I was the Cincinnatus candidate. I had his picture up there and the story. And then, I don't know, the election happened and all that stuff. And then 3 years after the election, like 2010, 2011, I find out Speaker John Boehner is from Ohio.
Yeah, he's also my neighbor.
And where in Ohio is he from?
Well, he's my neighbor over here.
Okay, well,
I don't know in Ohio where he's actually from.
He's from Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. I don't like the guy at all, so I don't follow up on him in any way.
I like them all, but I have reservations because, you know, like we're just talking about, you say, do what I say, not what I do.
Right.
And they all have to play that game, they think, to get elected. None of them have marketing skills sufficient to...
No, they pander to the wrong people.
Yeah, pander.
And it's stupid. They pander to the idiots in the country.
But if I'm so smart, I should find a way that panders to the idiots and does it the right way. And that's why I keep blaming myself.
So where are you politically? Where do you stand?
Somewhere between Abraham, Moses, and Abraham and Moses and...
in American politics, where do you stand?
Well, most of them know about Abraham from Christianity.
Right.
And then Muhammad, Islam saved my life big time. It might be a part of it. I told the Afghanis I was interested in marrying an Afghan woman back in like 87 or something. And then Bush got in and all these wars happened. But where do I stand? What do I call it?
Like, are you more conservative or liberal when it comes to...
The NRA picked Charleston Heston to be their representative back in 2000 when I was supposed to have my book come out about the Millennium Manger Project, you know, and all about whenever two or more gathered together, there shall who be, trying to convince everyone that the second coming is not so much about a particular body showing up as all of us gathering together in the spirit of whom... and the internet being part of that, whenever two or more gather together. So that was 13 years ago. I was supposed to be on time, and they picked Charleston Heston, who had played Moses in the movies,
right,
as their... And so how much more conservative can you get than to have the NRA picking a guy that's Moses in the year that you're supposed to come on with the Millennium Manger Project, right? And then as far as liberality goes, I want to have like 3 other brothers, myself, 4 men and 4 sisters, 4 women, form a limited liability company to adopt and or conceive, rear, educate, endow, and emancipate 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 children so we can have a big family, or whatever you want to call it, orphanage. Well, it's not common because each parent gets one regularly scheduled night or time or turn alone with each other adult.
Oh, so there is swapping or rotating.
Rotating, yeah.
Just so there's more offspring?
There's 8 adults and there's 8 offspring, so you got a huge ratio of adults to offspring.
Right.
And you got 2 parents or 2 adults in the home at all times, so there's no latchkey children. You come home, you not only got mom, but you got 2 adults, and they change from time to time. And that way, these guys make the corporation a family. I mean, a person. A corporate has the contribution skills now of a person for political campaigns. So how can one man and one woman trying to work one job, come home and work another job, take care of the kids, compete against the corporate monolith?
So you're saying you're doing the reverse. You want to take people, make them a corporation.
Limited liability company. Take families and make them like a limited liability company. So it's your choice. You don't have to do it, but.
And then what though? Like, are the said offspring supposed to mate with one another, or they branch out and bring in new people?
Yeah, you gotta watch the genealogy stuff as to who is related to whom. Plus, there's a psychological incest that's possible. In Islam, you're not permitted to marry the stepsister of your wife because of psychological.
Well, and incest is proven to show biological setbacks as well.
Yeah, and I think there's similar social setbacks. You can become ingrown similarly with social response inventories.
Right.
And Islam prohibits the social incest as well as the physical incest. So, yeah, it gets a little more complex, and you spread out more faster, I guess. You got to get out and find new people so you don't become ingrown. And that's pretty liberal, probably. So it's a kind of a wide spectrum. Hi, Remy.
But this is all under the guise of Muslim teaching?
Yeah, currently one man can marry 4 women in Islam, or as many as you can support physically and financially. And that's generally considered to be 4.
But liberal speaking, the same couldn't be said about a woman with 4 men.
Well, there's some societies like Athena and the Sirens and their Isle and Brave Ulysses, and they call them matriarchal societies or something. In Islam, the only woman who can have more than one husband is a slave. If she's married to another slave, her owner can also marry her. So there.
She's going to try to pee on it, so I can't.
Oh, okay.
She will.
Head back.
That's her special section. So wait, when did you convert to?
About half my life ago.
What was the reason?
I was demonstrating outside the White House, and all these different world religions came by. Mecca.
Find it if you can't. There it is.
Good eye, Remy. Good eye, Remy. And then the only one that really didn't come by that I was aware of was Islam. The Jews put up a huge menorah. The Christians put up the Christmas tree. The Buddhists came and pounded out with a pounded, what do you call the right word on it? Beat on their drum. And I met all the different world religions in front of the White House. I was demonstrating out there. I had a 25-foot tall sign because Thomas and Ellen were already there when I got there. Their White House anti-nuclear vigil.
Were you actively seeking a new religion for yourself? Is that what you were doing?
No, I was so bummed out. I got in a car wreck in Alaska after a Grateful Dead show. And I ended up back at my mother's house recuperating. I lay like a year in bed trying to get better after getting all burned out in Alaska with my dad. He was up there. He homesteaded up there. And we built a radio station together and all this stuff. And then I ended up in that car accident after the Dead show, and yeah, I left Alaska and I came back down here to lower 48. And so finally it was so bad where my mother was in terms of like not being a live free or die kind of place, you know, kind of being suburbia. So I hitchhiked down to Washington, D.C. And I spent a couple years, when I got here, the Potomac River froze over when I got here. It felt kind of biblical. And
It's happened since, I bet.
yeah, I don't think it has. Then when I left here to go up to Maine last year, the power all went out from a big storm that day.
Yeah.
Whew, but not to overread things into things, but if you wanted to make a story out of it and like a movie and have people feeling cosmic kinds of drama, these kinds of things might add to the script. So I would say I probably cover a wider spectrum of conservative and liberal values than anyone else I know. And people from Newt Gingrich to the Rubio, On the conservative side, over to John Kerry's pretty liberal, maybe. Who's?
Well, I don't know if he's a good example of being liberal.
Barack Obama?
He's becoming more, I mean, with the whole marriage equality and other... Yeah, I mean, I guess he would.
Who's the most liberal person you would cite around in that direction?
Bill Maher.
Bill?
Maher.
Maher?
Well, he's a comedian slash... he's a politic kind of guy.
Bill Maher. Oh, I've heard of him,
He
yeah.
used to have one called... well, he has a show now, and it's all politics.
Ah, Bill, M-A-H-R.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He started off as a comedian, but he's a politic kind of commentary guy. But as far as someone actually in office
Bill
that's
Maher.
liberal,
You know
what's
that.
his name? I'm bad on names sometimes.
Yeah, that's okay. Bill Maher.
Hold on.
Bill Maher. I'm going to make a note of that Bill Maher and look that up. Easy, Mecca. Hillary Clinton, I don't know if she's liberal.
I would say, yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, I offered to marry Chelsea, and they basically accepted. And then I got 10 minutes late for the wedding, and they had already come and gone by the time I got there. My godmother and my friend Omar were waiting for me to show up. They said, yeah, you missed it. The motorcade came out of the White House, and they left. So maybe their plan was just to drive by and let me know that they cared. Then Chelsea ended up marrying a nice Jewish man.
Yeah, my friends were close friends with the Clintons, and he was actually, they became friends because he was a headmaster at the school Chelsea went to.
Sidwell Friends.
Sidwell. My friend was a headmaster there, and now he's a headmaster at the same
Wow.
school up in New York, Friends Seminary.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now they want to start a new school. Some people from Friends I read in D.C.
Yeah. Well, they always want to start schools and make more money, as everything else goes. It's all about the dollar bill.
They seem pretty liberal to me. When I went out there to visit Sidwell Friends and learn more about whose life, they had the glass display cases in the hallways had Playboy party jokes.
Yeah. Well, the one down here is like all the, elitist families in Georgetown, and all their kids go there. And in New York, most of them, it's all the celebrity kids that go there.
Well, it must cost like $30,000, $50,000 a year.
More than that.
Wow.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But it's one of those dumb things. Get them in the good school, and then they have a good life.
Yep.
So. But Chelsea is actually, she's doing really well. More than I can say for George Bush's daughter.
Jenna just had a grandchild for him.
Yeah.
But the other one, you mean?
Or?
Or?
Which one's the one that's a host on the Today Show? Like, she's not a host, but she's like one of the...
Barbara? I don't know.
No,
I only know two of them.
What's the other daughter's name?
Jenna?
Yeah, it's Jenna.
Huh.
Yeah. She has a small bit on the Today Show.
Oh.
She's horrible at it.
Oh, dear.
Well, she, to be on camera,
Yeah.
you have to be comfortable. You
Yeah.
have to be, and she's always nervous. And
Oh.
she's always just, makes me nervous watching her. And I'm like, I don't want to see this, and I change it. It's just...
What should she do to overcome that?
She just, it's almost like when you would watch her father, whenever he would do an address or a speech or something, they just don't seem too sure of themselves, and it comes across that way.
Is there some kind of oratory practice or stand-up comedian drills that they could do to
Weed, I don't know.
Smoke some weed.
Loosen up, have some fun with it.
Well, she's got the phony ID drinking at the bar, so
Yeah.
maybe she would smoke some weed and try it.
Yeah, well, her father should be a good example of what to do in the party days. He is no stranger to alcohol and coke himself.
That's what I've heard, yeah. Poor Al Gore, though. I got kind of alienated from the Clintons and Al, and I didn't support them in 2000 enough. As a matter of fact, somebody said anyone can be president of the United States. The question is, who does God want to be president of the United States?
No, it's more who has more money and who can cater to the idiots.
This mysterious guy walked up. I was praying over here by the Folger on the steps, and it was midday prayer, and he walks up from over on this side of the court, and he explains to me about Jews and Methodists are running the court, and the difference between the Jews and the Methodists and how they get along.
Methodists? I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, now it's Catholics. There's 6 of them, but he was saying Methodist, yeah. There's a Methodist building on the other side, so I didn't know. And then that's what he said to me. Anybody can be president of the United States, but the question is, who does God want? Or anybody can make anybody president of the United States, something like that, but the question is, who does God want? And I said, well, I guess I could work with Bush. Oh, the next day they picked Bush.
Yeah, well, no, the people who picked Bush was Fox News.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, it's like, you know, pro-guns, anti-gay, and throw that on your speech and you're going to win over, you know, middle America. And that's what they did. They have a really bad base.
See, the reason Fox News would like someone like me is because I say it's not so much being pro-gay or pro-guns, it's save the marriage and save the interpersonal relationships no matter what gender they are, because with laboratory-assisted reproduction, you don't need gender at all.
Well, and I don't like any of the arguments against marriage equality, because, as you just said, it doesn't matter if they're gay or straight.
Yeah.
We all come from different backgrounds,
yeah.
families,
yeah.
and it regardless of, like, I've known people that are big-time Catholics, you know, big, strong Jewish families.
Yeah.
It doesn't determine how well of their family relations are, though. You know, it comes down to basic right and wrong, how you treat others.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see all this bullshit about, you know, during the week people act like assholes and they're all sinners, and then on Sunday they want to go and praise God and think everything's just fine. As soon as they leave the church, they're back to doing their bad shit. And I don't like any of that. Like, personally myself, there's not a single religion I agree with. Because, unfortunately, not to be, you know, pessimistic or anything, only the bad seems to come out of religion. Like, unless it's on a one-on-one with someone, everybody presents their religion to be nice. You get them as a whole group, they're a bunch of idiots. And so I just soon stay out of all of it. I know right from wrong. I know how to treat people. And the funny thing, especially when it comes to the, you know, basic Christians in America, I think they give the worst example of how to treat people. Because they seem to be the ones on the high horse. You know, all
poor, you're going to go to hell because you won't say God is Son of the God.
And they all speak on behalf of God as if they have the power to do so. And then they turn around and judge everybody that doesn't agree with them. And I'm just like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I mean, you know.
We say, judge not that you be not judged. Diagnose and heal so you yourself might be.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they know that. They read it every Sunday, you know, but then they turn around.
It's compartmentalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say but this is business. That's another one. That's another one. But this is business. As if there were a difference between your moral life and your business life.
I think in general, no matter what country it is, as long as religion is involved in policy making, there's always going to be problems. And until that day comes that there's literally a separation of church and state, there's going to be problems everywhere. Right, Remy?
Yeah, like this National Sunday we have. Everybody has to take Sunday off. And
to me, it's like people in their sexuality. You know, whatever you want to do on your own personal time, that's fine. Whatever makes you happy and you're not hurting anybody.
Uh-oh.
This is Remy. And she wants to...
There we go. Good.
But like religion, it's like, unless someone comes to you and say, I want to know more about your religion. When people knock on your door, try to give you pamphlets.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
All of that. Mormon. I grew up in Utah. I'm born and raised in Utah. Every fucking corner had a Mormon church. I moved here out east, and I'm going around the Beltway, and what do I see? frickin' Wizard of Oz, the big old Mormon temple. You come around Silver Spring. And I was like, no, I thought I was getting away from it. Talk about a cult. That's literally what they are.
Some upstate New York guy with gold plates or something. The guy, I met one of them was the Talking Heads guy of all people became a Mormon.
Really?
Underground, rivers flowing underground. What was his name? I forget his name. They say a lot of artists like because of these gold plates in their story about, and it appeals to the artists and their work symbolic in the gold plates. Here's a hippie. All right. Woodstock Nation, resurrected. Blue Jean Army still has a core. How are you? Who is that? Eric Clapton himself?
I don't know. What was it? All right, well, I got to get her home.
Yeah, well, thanks for chatting. And
oh, anytime if I see you here, I'll stop and chat.
Yeah, please do. Sorry I missed last time, and I'll try to do better.
No worries. Have a good evening.
As unto you, I'll look up Bill Mayer also.
All right.
Good. Say goodbye to Remy, Mecca. Good, you had some fun, huh? Good. Good. I get adamant and want to overprove things. Whatever the gender is. Yeah. Perfect, empty your bladder, Mecca. Oh, I owe prayers, that's why, and too much coffee. Hi, how are you? Okay, the light has come on, the House is in session, the Senate is out. I've started my inventory. I'm doing my uploads. Wow, he was a headmaster at a, wow, that's really something. I tend to get kind of slobbery in my attitude and vocabulary and volume and my tone. Good, you got some exercise, Mecca. We've got to go. It's Monday night. Good. Hi. Good. Jenna. Hi. Gotta pray, a U.S. House. Social health. Bill Maher, I've heard of him. MAHR. It's hard to believe these are size 12. I'm tired. I need to exercise more and talk less. Well, it's Catholics now. Mecca, what's with you? I've got to pray. Hi. Ambulances, 1, 2. You want to stay with the program, Mecca? Mecca. I got a bicycle. Oh, wow, you found a hairbrush. Good, Mecca. Where did you find that? Good, Mecca. Very good. Perfect. Find the hairbrush, Mecca. We've got to go. We've got to go. We've got to go. I got to change this. I've started my mission in life to get organized. Hallelujah. Alhamdulillah. I gotta care of this other stuff. Although my tone and stuff, I need to pray a lot more and be more humble and have less coffee in me when I'm talking. Allah Akbar. Bismillah, Allah Akbar.